So I was watching a video by A Cosmic, I hope I said that right, and in said video, his conclusion that both shows were just as good as each other, and that these shows should not fight over each other in the name of which one is the greatest. But me, with my 900,000 on the autistic power level, thought that was utter bullshit. I didn't want love and peace. We all know that the best things in life come from violence and warfare, and that's exactly what I'm going to present today. Today, we are going to finally solve the debate that has lasted for decades upon decades and has been humanity's main conflicting problem since the dawn of time. Which show is scientifically better? The Amazing Digital Circus or Murder Drones? Scientifically, because if it was my opinion, then yeah, there would be no contest. So, by googling what makes a good story into Google, we get the list of things that we're going to be counting down here. Characters, setting, plot, conflict, animation, and a memorable voice. So by following these guidelines, we can judge each show based on these things. And before you say, it's unfair to judge Digital Circus because it only has 2 episodes, how are you supposed to judge it if it's based on a storytelling point of view if the story is even finished? I don't care. I'm tired of these Gooseworks apologists trying their ever so best to not be brought to justice. Well, today we shall, people! Also because I'm salty beyond belief ever since Digital Circus came out, and the whole reason I'm making this video. Okay, bye. First things first, characters. Okay, so Murder Drones has plenty of excellent characters. Uzi, the every emo character in every piece of media ever, and N, the tried and true, lovable, goofball character in every piece of media ever. Okay, this is starting to get a bit of a bad rap now, huh? Yes, this is where my main flaws in Murder Drones come in. It's an excellent, perhaps one of the best shows I've ever seen. But after a while, the characters, or at least the main 2 ones, have become quite predictable. Uzi is your typical, if you heard or say anything about me, I will try to run away and typically ignores everyone and ever seen, and plus loads of emo character traits from pretty much everything. Unless it's N, when she goes, weepy and boohoo and I love you so fucking much, N. And N is just every goofball character ever wanting to do what's right for Uzi and so and so. Personally, I was always a fan of the characters that weren't N and Uzi, which is why I was so hyped to see Lizzie, Fad and Khan come back in episode 7. And I was a big fan of B as well because of her personality. And I wasn't alone in that opinion, but now she's dino food, so who the fuck cares? But in Digital Circus, the whole driving force is the characters, and I can respect that approach. And all the characters are brilliantly written. And although Murder Drones has some truly excellent characters, it just at times felt like Liam Vickers grabbed a load of show writing tropes and scattered them into a show like Lego pieces. Next up we have setting, aka the places that the show takes place. Now Digital Circus has its charming early 90s look, designed to kind of look like a Windows screensaver, and that looks extremely nice and charming, as well as that it has the Candy Kingdom, with its pinks and sunset backdrops, and it's impressive how it managed to make everything look like it's made of candy. And this also means, as Kane can take them pretty much anywhere, that means limitless possibilities of future locations. But I have to give the edge to Murder Drones, man. Just look at this snowy cabin-esque background. Mwah! And you've got to love the theming of a steel bunker. And they have these classrooms and this gym hall. This one is going to Murder Drones for sure, with its unique location, excellent looking snow, and shitloads of Unreal 5. Third up on our list is plot. Digital Circus's plot is pretty basic. Some girl gets transported into a digital world along with a few others and they go on crazy adventures. That's it. It kind of gave me Sonic.exe vibes. When I first saw it in the middle of the night at 3 AM, I quickly rushed together that video. I dismissed it as YouTube Kids content. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes simplicity is best, but in comparison to Murder Drones' insane overarching story full of lore, drones killing each other, crazy machine viruses, and potential World War II callbacks, Murder Drones' plot is just way too interesting and innovative not to crown the winner of this round. Sorry Digital Circus, but you never stood a chance in this department anyways. Now, perhaps the hardest one out of them all, the voice acting. Fuck it, it's all just as good as each other. Done! Next up is the animation. Now when I talk animation, I'm talking about the animation itself. No fancy lighting to be seen here, folks. Murder Drones has some excellently done animation all around, by some extremely talented people. For an example, look at this camera shot. Perfectly done. Bravo. Superb. But it wasn't always like this. You see, back in the early days, before Glitch blown up and Murder Drones just had just a few episodes, since they were on a budget, they turned to motion capture, but you can really see the jankiness of this when comparing it to the later episodes. Back in their old days with Meta Runner and Sunset Paradise, Glitch would almost entirely rely on motion capture, making for some pretty janky animation. I mean, if you can look past it, they're still pretty good shows, but still. Meanwhile, Digital Circus takes place in, well, a digital circus, which means old boy Kevin over here can do some wacky stuff with the animation. Like, Jesus, how are these animations so darn smooth? And Digital Circus is always smooth with its animation, and is all really well done. So I'm gonna have to give the point to Digital Circus this time, folks. And then we have conflict. Now, this could be an extra section for the plot, but fuck it. This is what Google told me, and I'm rolling with it. Digital Circus, in terms of character development and baddies and such, there isn't much. Sure, we have Kane, who I like the idea of him being a wacky AI who has no idea he's tormenting our characters and is just following his AI. And there's also Jax, but he's not necessarily a villain. Yet. And as for character development, there's that one scene where Pomni talks about crappy AI dinosaur for way too long when she should have, and spoiler alert, get ready to utilize your belts and racist allegations for this one, but Gummy Goo isn't actually that good of a character in my opinion. I take it back, I take it back, I take it back, I take it back! We barely saw any of him, he's just kind of a gummy dino with an accent. Meanwhile, Murder Drones has a compelling story, shitloads of character development, romance if you're into that kind of thing, Hitler, you know, the basics. It tells an extremely compelling story about drones being taken over by a crazy virus with high stakes, and it's all just brilliantly written. And the idea of a drone getting taken over by an old thing, which has like a extremely rare chance of happening, and then just evolves into storyline upon storyline, and with plot twist villains everywhere, holy shit, there's just one villain after another. 1 minute they're good, 1 minute they're evil, 1 minute they're good. It's all just so brilliantly written from the blood-dripping mind of Liam Vickers. But it is actually so unfair to judge a show like this. In Digital Circus, there will be other villains and character arcs like you miserable slut. You just don't have patience, do you? You don't deserve to live. Well, So yeah, I can officially confirm that Murder Drones is the best show, and it was not rigged by me at all. So we can all say, at least for now, that Murder Drones is the better show. Thank you, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all down the street. Bye!